Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the latest and greatest from Apple, iOS 26.2 Beta 1. Apple just dropped this update last week, and it is packed with some seriously cool new features that you'll definitely want to know about. We've got everything from new lock screen customizations to supercharged reminders, and even some long-awaited updates for our friends in the EU. The official public release is expected sometime in December, but we get to have a sneak peek right now. So, grab your iPhones, and let's get into what's new in iOS 26.2. First up, let's talk about aesthetics. Apple is continuing to refine its liquid glass design, and this latest beta brings a really nice touch to the lock screen. You know, that big, bold clock on your lock screen. Well, now you're getting more control over how it looks. A new slider has been introduced that lets you adjust the opacity of the clock. This means you can slide it to be almost completely transparent, letting your wallpaper shine through, or you can give it a more defined, frosted look. It's a subtle change, but it adds a whole new level of personalization. And for those who aren't fans of the liquid glass effect at all, don't worry, the option to turn it off completely is still there. This is all about giving you more power to make your iPhone truly yours. Next, let's move on to something incredibly practical that many of us have been asking for. The Reminders app is getting a significant upgrade. Have you ever set a reminder for something super important, only to have the notification get lost in a sea of other alerts? Well, that's about to change with iOS 26.2. When you create a reminder and set a specific time, you'll see a new urgent option. Toggling this on will turn your simple reminder notification into a full-blown alarm. That's right, an actual alarm will go off at the designated time, making it nearly impossible to miss those critical tasks. Whether it's for taking medication on time, picking up the kids, or just a crucial work deadline, this feature is a game changer for staying organized and on top of your schedule. It's a simple idea, but it's going to make a huge difference in our daily lives. Now for some exciting news, especially for our viewers in the European Union. Apple's live translation feature for AirPods is finally expanding to the EU with the iOS 26.2 update. This amazing feature, which lets Siri translate a foreign language for you in real time through your AirPods, was initially launched with iOS 26 in the US and a few other countries. If you're traveling or just interacting with someone who speaks a different language, they can speak into your iPhone, and you'll hear the translation directly in your ears. It's like having a personal interpreter with you everywhere you go. The reason for the delay in Europe was that Apple needed extra time to make sure the feature fully complied with the EU's Digital Markets Act. But the wait is finally over, and this powerful communication tool will soon be available to millions more users across the EU. The updates don't stop there. The Apple News app is also getting a welcome redesign. A new following tab is being added to the bottom navigation bar. This will be your one-stop shop for all your favorite publications, saved stories, and your reading history, making it much easier to keep track of the content you care about. On top of that, Apple is adding new quick access buttons for popular topics like food, politics, puzzles, and sports. This will help you jump straight into the sections you're most interested in without having to search around. It's a small but thoughtful improvement that makes the entire news reading experience more streamlined and user-friendly. And for all the podcast lovers out there, Apple Podcasts is getting some love too. One of the coolest new features is generated chapters for episodes. This means the app will automatically analyze a podcast and create chapters for different topics discussed within the episode, so you can easily skip to the parts you want to hear. But that's not all. There's also a new podcast mentions function. So, if a host mentions another podcast during their show, Apple Podcasts will automatically add a convenient link to that mentioned show right in the episode description. This is fantastic for discovering new content and easily following recommendations from your favorite creators. Let's quickly run through a few more handy features coming in iOS 26.2. For Apple Music subscribers, you'll soon get offline lyric support. This means you can view the lyrics to your favorite songs even when you don't have a Wi-Fi or cellular connection. It's perfect for those long flights or subway commutes when you want to have a proper sing-along. And finally, there's a new accessibility feature. You'll now be able to set your iPhone S screen to flash when you receive a notification. This can be enabled in the Settings app. Under Accessibility, it is a great visual cue for anyone who might miss audio or vibration alerts. It's another example of Apple making its devices more inclusive for everyone. So, to recap, iOS 26.2 is shaping up to be a pretty substantial update. We've got the new liquid glass clock slider for more lock screen personalization, the super useful urgent alarms and reminders, the expansion of live translation to the EU, a redesigned Apple News app, and smart new features for Apple Podcasts like AI chapters and mentions. Plus, offline lyrics in Apple Music and the new screen flash notification feature. It's a lot to look forward to. Remember, this is all based on the first beta, so things could still change slightly before the final release in December. What feature are you most excited about? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future updates and tech news. We'll be keeping a close eye on the next iOS 26.2 betas and we'll bring you all the details as they come out. Until next time, take care.